Hey everyone, it's Dina. So today I wanted to show you how you can use Silhouette Studio version 4 along with the Silhouette3D software to create a stamp that you can use on things such as fondant for cakes and cookies. You can create one for stamping your product bags or whatever the case may be. So some of the tools that we're going to use today are the text tool, which you'll find over here on the left side of the screen, the offset tool, which is over here on the right side of the screen. And you can see I already have my panel open and ready. And I'm just going to choose a very basic font today, Impact, just because it's easy to see on screen. So I do want to tell you, one little caveat that fonts with thinner portions, those ones that have the swirls and the curls and all those pretty glyphs, some of them don't always work well in these instances. You can try to tweak your 3D slicer or printing settings for that, but sometimes it's just a little too much or it's too thin for the printer to actually be able to print. So keep that in mind when you're designing these types of things. So the first thing that we're going to do is type our text. And we're just going to go over there, click on the A, and we're just going to type whatever the text is. And I'm going to change this to Impact. I'm just using the quick access toolbar up here at the top. And we're just going to draw it out a little bit bigger, just again so you can see that. Now the next thing that we want to do is apply an offset to that. And again, how big of an offset is your choice. And you're going to access the offset over here on the right side. It's the little star with the outline on it. And you'll choose offset. And we're going to say 7, just for fun today. And when you click apply, it applies that to your text. Alright, so if we were thinking about this in terms of 3D, you're going to use this bottom as the handle, the grip portion, and then the text is what's going to be indented into the fondant or what is going to have the ink on it so that you're pressing it on there. Now, if I were to print this exactly like this, it's going to actually print backwards. So what I need to do is I need to mirror this. And you can select both items, right click, flip horizontal. Alright, so just make sure that when you're doing text that needs to be stamped on something, it actually has to be reversed or mirrored. Okay, or in Silhouette terminology, flip horizontally, which is this option right here. Okay? Alright, now at this point, I'm going to save this as a studio file, and you could do that a couple of ways. You could highlight both options, do save selection, save to hard drive or library, whatever your choice is, or just do a simple save as and then choose your destination. Okay, now I'm going to choose save selection. We're going to do it, overwrite one that I've already got here. And at this point for you, because you won't have this, you'll just click save and then you'll save it to whatever location that you choose. Okay, today I'm just doing it to my desktop so it's easy to access. Now at this point I'm finished with this software, and now I'm going to open this file up in the the Studio 3D software. So this is your Studio 3D or Silhouette 3D. And you have some familiar toolbar icons. We want to use this folder to open, or you can go to File, Open. Let's try that again. Mouse stutter. And then you'll locate your file that you just created, click on it to select it, and then click Open. And then when you import a file such as this that you've created, you're presented with 6 import options. And today we're going to use extrusion. And when you click on that, you can see that it automatically brings in the 2D created element and builds it in a 3D fashion. Okay, so you can see that it's already extruded the base or the handle as well as the text for me automatically. Okay, now it's a little bit hard to see, that's why I'm going to try to keep it in this view here so that you can see the differences in the text. Now, when it imports that item, it imports it as one object. And if you want to change the extruded height on either of these objects, you have to ungroup it. So you're going to right-click the object and select Ungroup. And then you can see that makes the text individual pieces from the background. Now at this point, you have a couple of ways that you can change the height that this is extruded. You can use this middle handle here, this box, and you can pull it up or down. This is called a push-pull action. Okay. Or you can go up to the quick access toolbar and key in your value, making sure to press enter after each entry for width, height, or depth. Okay, so length, height, or width is pretty much how I'm equivalating that. You can also do this for the text. You want to make it taller? You can absolutely do that. You want to key in an exact measurement? You can do that too. There we go. Okay, so now you can see that I've adjusted the height of this. At this point, if I wanted to send this to print, I'm going to select all of it by dragging my mouse around it. Maybe. Oops, there we go. Or I could have pressed Control A to select all, or Command A for Mac users to select all and go from there. Now you want to group this again, or the Silhouette3D software creates separate print actions for each separate item. So if you want it to print together, you definitely want to group it. Then at this point, you're going to go in the upper right hand corner, click 3D print. Now keep in mind, I don't have an Alta 3D printer hooked up to my computer at the moment, but for the quality selection, the print selection that you're going to choose, it's going to show you what that will look like in this rendering space here. Okay. And then you would send it to print and go from there. Again, I just don't have one created. Now if we didn't group this, then down here at the bottom we'd see the base, and then we'd see individual pieces for the text. So TXET would also be here. So that's why we want to group this. So I hope that you guys found this helpful in creating something in Studio and importing that into the 3D software so that you can use a text stamp. Just remember, reverse your text or it's not going to work the way that you want it. Alright? If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to drop them below in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. And like I said, hope you found this helpful. Thanks.